It's a beautiful day.
Let's give Tim another big round of applause for opening up our luncheon in such an inspiring way. Tim, you truly exemplify what our conference theme, Believe, is all about. What a wonderful way to start the luncheon off today, to be with all of you here. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to the MDSC's 32nd annual conference. We are so honored to have you all here today. For 32 years, the MDSC has been pushing the envelope to ensure that every person with Down syndrome has a chance to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. The concept of believing relates to virtually everything we do. We believe that new and expectant parents should have access to the latest, most accurate, updated information about Down syndrome, and that's why we've greatly expanded our Parents First Call program, serving 157 families this past year alone. We believe that people with Down syndrome deserve to have access to the best education possible, and we work hand in hand with parents, educators, school systems, and others to ensure they have the best practices and tools they need to provide a high-quality education for all our students. We believe that people with Down syndrome deserve good jobs that allow them to earn money. And last year, we launched our brand new Your Next Star campaign to open up the eyes of employers to the power of people with Down syndrome in the workplace. We believe that people with Down syndrome have the right to self-determination and access to supports no matter what age they are. That's why we have self-advocates leading the way here at the MDSC. Many of them are here. If you're a self-advocate, can you stand up? We have a room full of self-advocates. They're here as leaders. You are paving the way, just like Tim, to make this world a better place. This past year, we had our very first adult conference exclusively for adults with Down syndrome and their families. We had 150 people show up at the Mass General Hospital. We collaborated with the Down syndrome program there. And families were so grateful that the MDSC has now grown to a point where we're serving families across the lifespan. We are so incredibly happy about that. We also believe in tackling some of the most difficult challenges we face. And this is why we fight systemic changes, for systemic changes on a state and national level, that will create a system that is flexible and gives choice and control to individuals and their family members. Of course, you all remember the Real Lives Bill that was passed, and that's all about self-determination, and we're just so grateful to have that change, as well as some other important pieces of legislation that have passed recently. And ultimately, we believe that each person with Down syndrome should be honored for the individual he or she is and for the immeasurable value they bring to the world. So thank you, everyone, for believing in our community and in our organization. We have put together a photo slideshow of all the Believe pictures that you sent to us, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy that in just a few minutes. But first, I want to thank a few special people who have really helped make the organization what it is today. First of all, our extraordinary board members, our honorary board members, medical and scientific advisory council members, our Buddy Walk team captains, Down syndrome clinic teams from MGH, Children's Hospital Boston, UMass Memorial Center, they're all here today, our management team, our volunteers, and all of you here that have really helped us get to where we are and will continue to help us get to where we need to in the future. I'd like to recognize our honorary board members who are here today, Allison DeNoble, Sandra and Sean Buckley, Susanna Payton and John Campbell, the Donahue family, Lauren Falcone, Lisa Majeski, Kathy Lyons, Representative Tom Santacandro, Dr. Brian Scocco, Dave Gallagher, and Sohail and Mona Mossoud. We also want to recognize leaders here for the Mass Department of Developmental Services, who are just so grateful for their support. Commissioner Elin Howe, Deputy Assistant Commissioner Victor Hernandez, and Family Support Director Margaret Van Gelder. They have been an incredible support to our community, and I really appreciate that they're here with us today. Finally, I want to give thanks to our conference sponsors, the Mass Department of Developmental Services, the Seven Hills Foundation, who was our luncheon sponsor, the Guild for Human Services, and Reach for Real. And of course, finally, I want to thank you all for learning and celebrating with us today. And we believe in working together, we will develop an even stronger community for the future for all of our children and adults with Down syndrome. Thank you very much. And now enjoy the slideshow.